N9MOS, N9MDV. Hi, Mike. I wasn't sure it's getting out there. I just got a weather alert on my cell phone from National Weather Service saying there's a tornado alert for our area, so I assume everybody already knows that, but at least I wanted to mention it. Yes, I've been watching it, and it doesn't look like it's going to affect Miami County at all. It's in Howard County, right about Kokomo right now. Yeah, they said there was another west of Kokomo, maybe up somewhere around Logansport, headed this way also, behind the other one. I know Marion's got their net up, and Kokomo, obviously, I think there's stuff also. Yeah, the second one they were talking about is going through here now, and all I've seen is just a lot of heavy rain. Okay, I just want to check in and see if anybody's got anything going. I haven't got any call-outs yet or anything, so I'm standing by here on the south end of the world. This is N9MDV. Okay, Mike. Yeah, I heard you calling John earlier and tried to get back to you, but apparently you walked away from the radio by the time I was able to pick this thing up and get on it. Okay, yeah, well, we're just kind of watching it here, and hopefully it'll go on by us. Yeah, have we got spotters out, or are you just watching it on your own? I'm just watching it on radar. Okay, yeah, clear. I'm kind of doing that too. All right, I'll check with you later. It's N9MDV clear. N9MOS clear.
N9MOS, K9ZEV.
Good afternoon, sir. N9MOS.
Hi, Danny. I don't know if you've got your 800 scanner going or not, but ISP and Howard County is confirming one on the ground, Deffinball and Dixon, headed east.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't have it on.
They're already reporting 3/4 of the cities without power. They do have several troopers behind it, but they're reporting it is on the ground, Deffinball and Dixon, headed east now.
Yeah, that looks about what the map is showing, so, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it's kind of a funny one. It kind of just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was kind of comical. I'll try and get the recording if I can off my computer, but one of the troopers was walking out the back Sallyport door at the jail after dropping an inmate off, and he looked up and seen that, and I don't think he knew what to say when he keyed up the radio to tell the Peru Post what he's seen.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't.
But I heard you and you and the N9MDV on there, so I thought I'd let you guys know that there was one on the ground. K9ZEV, just monitoring.
Okay, thanks a lot for letting us know. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep on watching it off and on here. There is another cell, but it's way over to the west of 421 yet. But it has kind of tamed itself down as it's come across, so hopefully the rest of them will do that as well. Yeah, Kokomo has kind of been hit pretty hard here in the last couple of years, so hopefully they'll not have a lot of severe damage this time.
I hope it's nothing major. I know they've got several power lines down, but hopefully no structural damage, anything of that nature. Stuff that can be repaired pretty easy, and obviously we all hope for no life loss.
Exactly. Yep, that's for sure. Okay, John. Well, how's your week going?
Well, it's gotten a whole lot better. I don't know if you knew, but I know Bill knew last week. I spent most of the week in the hospital, in the ICU and the emergency room, and they finally got everything worked out and figured out, so I've been on a liquid diet ever since, and I'm not allowed to drive, and I'm pretty much on bed rest. I call it couch rest because I don't like to lay in bed rest. But that all ends on Friday, so today I felt a lot better, so I got up today and made it into the shack and was able to look at the radar and things of that nature. So I feel pretty good today, just trying not to overdo it.
Very good, yeah.
Well, no, I hadn't heard that, so I'm glad you're doing better. That's always good to hear. Well, John, I'm going to let you go, and we'll say 73s for now, and I'll get back to my project here. So, you have a good rest of the day there, and maybe we'll talk again later. This is K9MOS, and I'll be clear on your final.
Okay, Danny, stay safe. 73, K9MOS, KD9GBB.
VB9GIU, KF9NU.
Good afternoon, K9MOS.
Good afternoon. Well, I'm going to head to the barn and see what I can learn. I know all this is going to go south of us, but Mike Gray's Converse on the way through. But it sounds like Kokomo's got a mess.
That sounds like it, from what I'm hearing. It's just getting ready to cross over to the southern part around Converse and Swayze area there right now. I haven't heard John today, so I don't know if he's gone or what.
K9ZEV.
Speak of the whatever.
There is a new mesocyclone located just on the north side of Greentown, so it is potentially going to graze the southeastern part of Miami County, Converse area, so we might try and get Mike on and see if he can't get some information from down there.
He was on just a little bit ago, wondering about what was going on and stuff. He said that he was getting information from down there, that it was south of him yet. And I said, yeah, it is. And I told him I'd been watching it. So he was kind of wondering, wanting to know what you thought too. So I don't know if he's still close to a radio or not. N9MBV and N9MOS.
N9MOS is N9MBV.
Yeah, John's listening now if you need his ear.
Okay, I was just checking to see what was going on. I've been listening to Kokomo.
What you got down there, Mike? It's going to be just south of you.
Okay, we'll be watching.
We're also going to there'll be a few of us up at the EOC, so if you need something, just holler. On either channel, we'll try to monitor.
Okay, if I need, I don't know if they'll call me out or not, but right now I'm standing by.
Right where you need to be right now. Just keep monitoring the weather, and I don't know if it's going to graze up to as far as you or not, but I'll let John fill you in on what he sees. Go ahead, KC9GWC, KF9NU.
Yeah, this is KC9GWC. Currently, it is reorganizing. The big tornado that was on the ground it touched down first just south of Burlington, came right down 22 into the center of Kokomo, and as it got out over the reservoir on the east side of Kokomo, it lifted and is reorganizing, and it seems to have relocated a little further north in the cell than what it was when it was in Kokomo, so that's the reason my concern is it's now moving a little more northeasterly rather than straight east, so be on careful observation as to what's going on in South County.
We'll be watching. Thanks a lot for that, John. It's N9MBV.
You're welcome, Mike. I was listening to the ham frequency, but I just couldn't get freed up long enough to get on and say anything because I was trying to help a group of people down in Kokomo in Howard County try to get to their safe area without getting clobbered. So I had my hands full there for a little bit with texting and phone calls, and so I apologize that I wasn't more on scale here, but we weren't in the threat zone at that time.
That's no problem. I understand how that works. Yeah, I completely understand that. And I figured you were either busy or not there. So it's N9MBV. I'll be clear and standing by.
K9NU, W8FOF. W8FOF, go ahead.
Roger, I'm looking at the radar live on the screen and showing the update, It looks like the cell is breaking apart, and right now it's going towards Sweetser. It looks like Amboy is clear.
Okay, well, we'll keep watching and see what comes out of it. Thank you for that update.
Roger, WFOF clear.
K9ZEV. Yeah, Fred's correct. It is marching down toward the southern Sweetser and Swayze area right now, so I think Converse and Amboy will missed the initial blow of this thing, and the biggest issue has been the fact that I have no level 2 data today to work with, and so it's been very difficult for me to keep track of everything going on with the radar and the potential risks. So I apologize again for that too, but those things happen technically.
Heard ISP dispatch say they're going to Ops 2, which I don't have in my radio, but I should have, my scanner sheet should have ISP Ops 2, I think. So hopefully you're going to still hear the Kokomo information through that. I'll have to get up to the barn. I'll get everything turned on and see what we can hear.
All right, Eric, appreciate that. Certainly can use all the help we can get at this point. It doesn't look like there's anything behind us that's going to affect us at all, so I think perfectly clear for us, so at least for now. Something may come up again later this evening.
KD9GBB monitor.
Well, this will give you something to not be bored.
Yeah, it will. I also heard you say something about Ops 2. I just heard Car 9, which is a pretty high up ranking officer. He spoke with the sheriff, and somehow they've got 2 different command posts already set up in Howard County, and he's going to try and abolish them all into one at Kokomo Fire Station 1 and move everybody to the ATACs, just so you guys know.
Okay, if they get there, holler at us, let us know. I'll dial that up at the EOC.
I don't know if any of you guys were listening when the trooper stepped out of the back Sally Port door at the jail after dropping an inmate off, and he looked up and seen this on the ground. He keyed up his radio, but I don't think the thoughts were all prepared just yet. I'll see if I can get the recording off my computer. It's quite comical.
Often when the best ones come out.
ARES net Monday at 8 o'clock.
I'm going to give it back to you, Danny. I'm going to jump off here. I got to make one TX before I get to the EOC, so catch you. I'll have this on up there too when I get there. And 9MOS to take it. Thanks, guys. KF9NU.
Okay, Eric. We'll be standing by for sure. If you need anything, let me know. If I can help from home or whatever, just let me know what you need and we'll do it.
Thank you, sir. KF9NU.
And 9MOF. Well, John, of course, you know your level 2 or something's going to be down on a day like this.
In 9MOS, KD9GBB, the troopers are talking like the most damage is about the same damage they had a couple years ago when we had this go through. I know the Starbucks in the parking lot of the mall, it did get flattened.
Markland Mall or the other mall?
The Starbucks there in front of Best Buy. I'm sorry, I forgot there were 2.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why, but they seem to target that area. They did back in '65 on the Palm Sunday tornadoes. That area took a pretty good pounding. I'll take a standby. I gotta talk to my wife for a minute, and we'll talk to you later here in a minute. John, N9MOS.
KC9KHU. WD9GIU, you by the radio, Bill?
N9MOS, KD9ZEW.
N9MOS. This N9MOS.
N9MOS, KD9ZEW. How are you this evening, Danny?
So far, so good.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about if you're still watching the radar. There's more stuff popping up to the west of us. There's now a tornado warning down around West Lafayette that's moving toward us.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, we'll just have to kind of wait and monitor that, see what happens, I guess. I don't know. It's some crazy weather we got going on here.
It is. It's awful warm and humid right now. We got about an inch of rain out of that earlier that went through. But I was just watching that, so I figured I'd bring it to somebody's attention much more important than me.
Well, I don't know that I'm more important than you. I hadn't seen that till you mentioned it, because I was watching the other one that's over to the southeast of us. Where is that? It's over around Van Buren. And state troopers said it was raining so hard that there were cars pulling off over on the shoulder, a lot of them, just trying to get out of the way of traffic because of the rain was so heavy they couldn't see. And we got enough rain that in a short period of time that our underpass had flooded.
Yeah, I could see on the radar that I'm just far enough south of town that I believe I got quite a bit less than you did.
That could be. It just poured. I mean, I couldn't even hardly see the house just across the street from me. It just was like it was a fog out there.
Yeah, this was a good one. I guess we'll stand by and be on our toes and wait on the next one to get here.
Well, I hope that one keeps going more to the east instead of northeast there in Lafayette area. We'll see what happens with that. It's coming right into battleground now.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm seeing.
Well, Kokomo's got a mess down there around the Markland Mall. Seemed like that's where the most of the damage was, or a lot of it. So they are trying to figure out what to do with a busload of kids that's trying to get home. May not have a home to go to, the way it sounds.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few pictures already on Facebook, and it looks like it's hit just about the exact same path as a few years ago. There's some of those houses right across from the mall that's hit pretty bad, and the Starbucks there in front of the Markland Mall is gone. And daughter was just telling me that they're setting up a shelter there at the Markland Mall for something.
Yeah, I imagine there's going to be a lot of that. There's been a lot of tornado activity down around Indianapolis too, on the north side of it anyway. And so I was going to turn on TV just as you were calling to see what's going on down there.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big day weather-wise, I guess. So, yeah, I guess the Red Cross is the one setting up a center there in the Markland Mall.
And they'll be busy for a day or two.
Yes, sir. I know a few years ago when that tornado went through there, I got an awful lot of work out of it. And that's the kind of work that I don't care to have, you know what I mean? I just assumed everything was okay, but we'll wait and see.
That's right. I understand. Yeah, there was a lot of people that got work out of Katrina a few years back too. So, and they were so desperate they were calling people from up in this area to come and help them out. So, but that was on a much larger scale than this. But there's the big thing in Kokomo is they got power outages all over the place, and that's not a good thing when you're trying to battle stuff already.
WD9GIU.
Go right ahead.
I just got back in the vehicle, so I didn't hear what you're talking about, but I was in Kokomo when that happened, and I checked into their Skywar net, and I was actually on 31 southbound and watched the tornado go across 31.
31 or 931?
Oh, 931. Well, when I got to Markland, I turned east, and it had tracked across there, and right on the west side of the new bypass in Markland, there was damage on both sides of the road. So that's where it crossed, right there, almost at the junction of the new bypass in Markland. But they do have a lot of damage down there.
Well, one of the spotters said it just kind of trailed along 22 coming into town from the west side and just kind of hung around the Sycamore area for a little bit and then went on a little bit south to the Markland and a little bit south of that a little bit. But, yeah, it has done a whole bunch of damage, and we got another one down around Lafayette, kind of tracking towards the northeast. Looks like it's going to come through the southern part around maybe south of Bunker Hill a little bit in that area.
The National Weather Service has put out a tornado watch, and Miami County was included until 9 o'clock. But the way to me, it sounds to me like it came in from the southwest. It did quite a bit of damage in the neighborhoods just east of Kokomo High School. Then it tracked across Boulevard, came up and hit the Kokomo Mall, and then tracked northeast. It was almost a similar track to the storm that would happen a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think somebody doubled with you. Is there anybody else in there in 9MOS?
It was just me, Danny, K9ZEV.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say the same thing that Bill just said about that watch they just issued until 9 p.m. That cell just seems to be moving into Royal Center just now.
Yeah, that went up to the north. What I'm more concerned about is the one down around Lafayette right now. They got a tornado warning on that. And it's tracking kind of east-northeast. And if it keeps on that same route, it's going to go through the southern part of the county.
John, I've been a storm spotter for 38 years, and today I saw my first tornado.
Well, sometimes it takes a little bit of time.
And when I was on 22, and I was west of Greentown and to my north, and I mean, it probably wasn't more than a mile or so. There was a tremendous amount of rotation.
I told Danny already, but I'll tell you, there was a trooper that was dropping an inmate off at the jail in Howard County. He came out the back Sallyport doors, and he looked up, and when he saw what he had seen, and he keyed up his radio to tell the dispatcher, the thoughts were not all there just yet on what he wanted to say, but what he did say was quite comical. I'm trying to get the recording off my computer. You guys will find it comical also.
Well, certainly about that kind of weather this afternoon. Of course, I haven't been on the computer today, and I got the tornado warning on my phone and stepped out of the building I was in and checked in the Skywarn net there in Howard County right away. And, well, it wasn't very long after that when it hit. See you, Danny.
Oh, I tell you what. This is a crazy weather map. It's kind of lighting up again. Over in the west and northwest and southwest. And it's hard telling what we're going to get yet tonight. We got enough rain now here in town that the underpass flooded again. I had come close to doing that last week, but it didn't quite get enough. But it did this time. They had to close it for a while.
When was that?
This afternoon.
Oh, my goodness sakes. That must have happened after I left for Kokomo.
It was really spotty. I looked out the window. I was telling somebody that when I looked out the window, it was like a fog, and I couldn't hardly see my neighbor's house across the street here to my west. And it has to be raining really hard for that to happen. I've only known that to happen maybe, as far as rainfall, maybe twice or three times since I've been up here. So, yeah, it's strange.
Well, on my way back, I stopped at MacL and saw their new STEM lab and met the teacher that's in charge of that. And she's open to doing some things with ham radio out there.
ARES Net, Monday at 8 o'clock.
Well, that's encouraging. Yeah, if we can get something like that going in Peru, we'll be doing really good.
Well, coming in from the south is definitely darker to northwest of town.
Yeah, we got a cell that's coming in, just getting into Cass County and Fulton County, and it'll be grazing the north end of the county here before too very long. But it doesn't look as threatening as the one down there in Lafayette. But that one keeps turning a little more to the south all the time, so... but the Kokomo don't need it either at this time.
That's for sure. You heard John on any time this afternoon?
Yeah, he's been on. He's had problems with getting the radar like it should be going, and I guess he's level 2 has been out just when he needs it the most.
That's about the way it goes.
K9ZEV checking in.
What do you think about the cell down there around Lafayette?
It bears a lot of watching because it's coming through on the northwest or northeast side of Lafayette in the area headed toward Delphi, and I think that may skirt the southern part of Miami County if it keeps coming. So I certainly think that Galveston, Amboy, and Converse ought to be on guard.
Yeah, that's kind of where it looked to me as well. Unless it turns more to the south, but then those folks down there in Kokomo don't need that either, so I don't know. Of course, maybe it'll dissipate some, I don't know, but it doesn't show any signs of that happening yet.
The biggest concern we have is the activity that's popping up to our west now is right along the warm front itself, where these storms that came through this afternoon were out ahead leading the warm front. So the mixture of what we got in the atmosphere is very contagious, so we got to be very cautious.
John, that storm up there around Royal Center right now, I just noticed that the tracking arrow just all of a sudden has turned red. What's that an indication of?
Well, I'm not sure. What weather service, mapping service are you using?
Oh, I'm using radar. Well, the radar lab here from WeatherTap, and it got to it's just west of Royal Center, and there's a red dot just to the south part of Royal Center, and then the tracking arrow has turned red, and I don't think I've ever noticed that before.
Well, it may be something new that they've worked into the mapping process to help indicate some type of severity with the storm. So you probably have to look in the help menu or something and see exactly what it is. But I would pretty much just about guarantee that it has something to do with the effect the storm's having and what their desired path and conclusion might be, that it would be continuing to be severe.
I'm kind of wondering if it's not seeing some rotation, because it sure looks like it's a possibility.
I'll try and get my mapping software to work here for me and see. I've had an awful lot of difficulty with my GR level service today, especially with level 2 data. I don't know what their compromise is, but I wish it'd go away.
Yeah, they just not extended the watch, but just filled in the blank spots on the tornado watch down around Tippecanoe and Carroll. So that makes a pretty good sized area.
Well, the latest update on the Lafayette or Tippecanoe County tornado warning is it's radar indicated at this point. Hail diameter 3/4 of an inch. And moving east-northeast at 35. So it's 10 miles.
I don't know. I'm going to watch it.
Danny, you and John just doubled with each other. K9ZEV.
That figures, don't it? Go ahead, John.
I was saying that the tornado warning for Lafayette, the Tippecanoe County area, that is radar indicated at this time. Hail is 3/4 of an inch in diameter, moving east-northeast at 35 and is currently 10 miles northeast of Lafayette.
Echo tops are 42,000 or so. So that always makes it interesting.
K9ZEV for ID. The storm at Royal Center is, it's not, at this point, it's not anything real severe, and it would only encompass areas in Miami County, Denver, Macy, Rowan area, so keep an eye on it, but I don't see anything potential at this point with it.
They're extending the tornado warning out further to the east into Carroll County. So they're just saying they're reporting it just west of Delphi. So, yeah, that's probably going to come a little bit our way, whether we want it or not.
Yeah, that's very true. At this point, the rotation is still somewhat of a broad rotation, but it does have a definite hook visible on the backside of the storm, and that storm would be moving into the Florida area any moment. Young America would be next, Galveston, Amboy, Converse in that line. So,
yeah, the National Weather Service said there has been a funnel cloud spotted with it, so that's why they're keeping on watching it, I think. And that comes from the Indianapolis Weather Service. So, man, there's activity everywhere.
WD9GIU.
9MOS, go ahead.
Net Control for Howard County Skywarn just advised that they were told there was a funnel cloud sighted in Carroll County.
That must have been what they were talking about on NOAA then.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to monitor the Kokomo 240 repeater.
Okay, yeah, keep us posted. In 9MOS.
KC9GWC for ID. The tornado warning for Carroll County has expired. Don't think there's any advancement in the storm. I think it's cycling. So at this point, we'll have to stand by and see whether it builds back or back builds and creates another strong rotation in it, and we'll go from there.
Well, that's good news. They ought to be dropping that tornado box in before too long.
There's a small diameter hail in the cell that's coming off of Royal Center and headed into the Media Fulton area. And there is a small indication of some broad rotation with it. Nothing that would, at this point, be alarming, but we need to keep an eye on that cell too, Danny.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. One that came through Kokomo, it's still producing tornadoes here and there as it goes through. It's over, let's see, northwest of Montpelier.
Yes, and they have radar indication on that, and it is entering the southern part of Allen County as well, I believe, so near New Haven, actually, on the northeast side. So there's several different batches of rotation going on across the state today.
Did Indianapolis get hit with anything? I haven't. I know that they were reporting on 13 that there was some on the North Meridian area.
Yes, they've had 3 or 4 different situations down there. One one for sure that they could confirm, but the others have certainly been at least radar indicated, and sirens been going off all across eastern Indianapolis area. So they're getting it too.
Oh, by the way, John, I finally got around to replacing that battery on that motherboard, and that solved the problem.
I kind of figured that was the solution. That's the early warning system on the computer. It starts to act that way, and that's the first thing you want to check.
It's funny, that's two of those I replaced. I replaced one in the TNC, and now that. I didn't even remember that the TNC had one until I had seen it wasn't saving the settings like it should. And once I seen that, I thought, okay, it's got one of those batteries, and pulled the top off of it. Sure enough, there it did. It was a little different size, but same thing, same button. But I guess that's a simple and a quick fix. I got to change batteries in 9MOS.
K9GIU, K9DQ.
Hold on just a second. N9MOS, WD9GIU, K9GWC, WD9GIU.
Go ahead, Bill. Danny's changing the battery.
If you turn on the weather channel, they're showing the tornado at Kokomo right now, actual footage of the tornado.
All right, thank you. I'll do that.
Station calling me, try again, WD9GIU.
K9DQ.
Oh, hi, Phil, go ahead.
Kind of monitoring you guys when you were down at Kokomo and stuff earlier today, and just kind of posting stuff on Facebook to kind of give people heads up warning and stuff. I even actually tried to call our Clifford Kokomo store, but all their I guess people had their cell phones were down, and the store phones were down.
Well, I was right on 31 southbound when I watched it go across 31, and it was just moments after that the traffic signals at the major intersections went off.
I was listening to all the radio traffic from the Kokomo channel, and I heard you talking there for a while, and you guys did a great job in the coverage on that. And right now, I just noticed they got Pulaski and Fulton County's got tornado watches out too.
I'm concerned about that stuff coming this way or towards Howard County from over in Carroll County. John's keeping an eye on that.
I'm watching that too. I think, like I said, it's heading towards the direction of Florida at the moment.
Stand by, I'm getting a phone call.
C9GWC for ID. Carroll County is back in tornado warning status again. Hail diameter 3/4 of an inch. Moving, it's 16 miles northeast of Lafayette and moving east at 30 miles per hour.
Yes, and it's looking like it's moving about straight east now.
Yes, it is. Danny, can you give me any cloud top information on that storm that's east of Royal Center?
Yeah, stand by. Looks like 19,700 is the echo tops and 9,000 feet for the maximum height.
Okay, we'll have to keep our eye on that storm in particular because it does have a little bit of mid-level broad rotation in it.
Okay, we'll keep a watch on it. I was just looking here. Stand by a minute. Let me see if I got the right one. That was the right one.
Okay, well, keep a check on the cloud tops on that cell, see if it's growing in height or not, and that'll be a good indication whether or not we've got a strong inflow and strong updraft going on.
Okay, I'll keep a watch on it. This one coming into Logansport right now has got a maximum 10,600 feet and 13,100 feet on the echo tops. So that might be growing too.
Yes, and the biggest indication we're looking for on any of these independent storm cells is sudden growth in height. So That'll induce hail and create the convection and rotation that's needed. So we got to keep our eye on the cloud tops. And I'm still down on my level 2 data, but I'm struggling around here getting information where I can. My daughter was working in Kokomo on the west side today, and that was part of my distraction this afternoon, is getting her and her office people out of there because they didn't have any safe zone in their office building. The tornado went right over the top of their office and damaged a lot of the neighborhood around them, but their building's still standing, and they all got out of there in a orderly manner and got to a safe area. So there were several other people that I had to communicate with down there in Kokomo today too. But information just so you can pass that along. Also, that tornado that went through Kokomo was a multi-vortex type of complex instead of a nice strong funnel coming down. It was that's the reason some of the buildings got damaged and some of them didn't.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, you never know what they're going to do.
National Weather Service just put the tornado warning box in place to also cover the western half of Howard County, which does include the city of Kokomo, and making its path 35 miles per hour to the east, and will be contacting Burlington and the Galveston and north side of Kokomo area in the next few minutes.
ARES Net, Monday at 8 o'clock.
That's just what they don't need.
The time is 5:31 p.m. Clock is the K9 repeater. Good evening.
K9MOS, KC9GWC. I'm sorry I missed your earlier traffic.
I was just saying that's just what they don't need down that way.
Yeah, they don't need that, and, well, nobody needs that, but facts are facts. So currently we have a confirmed tornado in Allen County, east-northeast of Fort Wayne, around the Woodburn and New Haven, and crossing the Ohio line here shortly.
Yeah, I guess we can't let up our watch yet.
No, but the good news is that storm out of Royal Center has dissipated a good bit and flattened out. So nothing at this time approaching Miami County has anything severe or potential, and should coast through here in the next few minutes.
WD9GIU.
Go ahead, Bill.
Howard County Net Control just advised tornado warning's been issued for Howard County. A frontal cloud has been sighted it's inside of Carroll County coming into the northwest side of Howard County.
Yes, we'd already embarked on that information earlier, but I mean just a minute or so before, but always good to get more information from other sources, so thank you.
Sorry to duplicate the information. Are either one of you listening to the 240 repeat?
I'm not currently. I've got too many other things I'm listening to, but I'm glad you are, and certainly encourage anyone else that is in our airwaves that they might be as well, and help keep us informed of everything going on around us. So over to you, Danny. You go ahead.
No, I'm not. I haven't been, but I can. Probably should. Just keep us posted of what's going on down there. But what's the news from down there? Where'd you go, Bill?
I think Bill jumped back over to the Howard County 240 repeater, KD9GBB.
Hey, he must have. N9MOS.
WD9GIU.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just heard. Did you have traffic for it?
Yeah, well, I just said, what's the news from down at Kokomo? Anything that we need to know?
Well, they just had a spotter from Clinton County, 22 and 880 West. we told him to watch to the west from that location.
Is that close to Rushville?
I need to grab the map real quick, but it can't be too far.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Steve might lose another tower.
K9ZEV.
John, is there anything to the west of what we got coming through now? I can't broaden mine out real easy right now.
No, it's pretty vacant behind this line of storms coming through now, but certainly the impact time is until 9 p.m., so we'll have to wait to see how the atmosphere plays out after this line gets through. What do you have as far as cloud tops on that Logan Sport storm?
It's about 13,000 for the echo tops and 3,300 for maximum height.
Okay, that's not terrible, so we'll just have to bear watching it, make sure it doesn't start something before it gets into our county, but otherwise I think everything's going to be fairly tame, just some thunderstorm activity, but nothing severe at this point.
Yeah, I was just checking the one at Logansport right now, and it's flatter than that. It's like, let's see, 6,000 and 8,000. So that's not too bad.
Well, anything we can stay below 10,000 is a gift. Although the last two incidences we've had this last week coming through here, all that activity was below 10,000, so doesn't mean you can't have something.
That's true. The echo tops on that one in Delphi area right now is, let's see, 25,100 feet for the echo tops, 15,700 maximum height. So it's kind of healthy.
And that would be the cell that's behind the tornado-warned storm, correct?
Correct. The tornado one is 22.5 and 4.5, so that's a troublesome one.
It is and it isn't. I think that the inflow that's going into the tornado-warm storm there at Flora and moving into the Howard County area, that some of that is starting to rotate back into the back edge and getting tangled up with that cell that's behind it. So part of that lift in that cell behind it is energy that's being drawn away from that tornado-warm storm. So it may weaken that tornado-warm storm and free up Kokomo. We'll have to stand by and see. But at the same time, it's going to build up that one behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, it might make it a double punch there if you're not careful. That'd be an interesting one to watch.
WD9GIU.
Go ahead, Bill.
Spotters northwest northwest Howard County are advising wall cloud with rotation between 18 and 22, so it put it out around north of Judson out in that area.
Yes, that would be correct, and that means it would be converging on the south side of Galveston and the north side of Kokomo. Pretty much right in the US 35 entrance there on 31.
Yep, that sounds about right. I'm going to keep monitoring.
Thank you for the information, Bill. Any other stations out there have anything to report on advancing weather coming in or toward Miami County? Any reports would be helpful.
K9ZEV, WD9GIU.
Go ahead, Bill.
We have a funnel on the ground near the North County line in Howard County.
Okay, that's just about where we thought it would be.
WD9GIU.
K9ZWC for ID.
K9ZWC, WD9GIU.
KC9GWC, go ahead.
Yeah, W9SNJ is at 1150 west and 350 north in Howard County. It's on the ground and he's videoing it.
All right. Keep us informed. It looks like it's moving straight east at 25 miles per hour right on the Howard and Miami County line at this point.
That is correct.
Go ahead. This is KC9GWC. Has been issued for Cass County, including Onward, Walton, Galveston. That box, if it moves on eastward as this storm progresses, will include Miami County, but is not at this time. Miami County is not at this time in a tornado warning. But now is the time to start preparations.
John, do you think that storm cell is going to shift a little north and come into Miami County, or do you think it's going to stay down there in Howard, K9GBB?
KC9GWC for ID. Well, what I was expounding on earlier was energy from the cell that was tornado warned might have been being drawn into the storm on the storm line behind it, and it actually is the reverse. I think energy from that storm line is affecting both the amount of activity with that tornado warned storm as well as its movement. So, yes, I believe it could take a more of a northeast track after this point. So we'll see once it gets into Galveston what it does. But right now it does look like it can shift and maybe affect southern Miami County.
89 here. Thanks, John. I'll still be monitoring.
John, the cloud tops on that has increased to 40,500 for the echo tops, 13,400 for the maximum height, and that's a little bit more than what it was back to the west of it.
Yes, and that's the reason I think that it's getting backfed by that storm that's right directly behind it, so it's adding influence to it as well as energy.
That other one is up near you now, and it's got 13,000 echo top and 6,600 maximum, so it has grown a little bit. It's right in the inflow.
ARES net Monday at 8 o'clock.
KC9KHU. Storm spotters out there in Miami County? Just curious, in the south end of the county.
K9GWC for ID. Yes, there are some storm spotters out. Not in regard to amateur radio as much as EMA. So at this point, we're standing by waiting on information to come in. So we'll try and keep the airwave open as much as possible, and we'll take any input that is available. This is KC9GWC.
We got a very strong cell moving into the southwestern part of the county right now, so I just asking.
Good evening. The time is 6 p.m.
N9MOS, KC9GWC.
Go ahead.
Definitely need to take cover, Danny. You need to be prepared. There is a more than it looks like more than a funnel cloud to me on the ground possibility just west of 31 at Division Road.
Okay, we'll do that. N9MOS.
KLL, where's that funnel cloud located?
KC9GWC, WD9GIU.
That funnel cloud spotted at.
Go ahead, Bill.
KC9GWC, WD9GIU. I'm on 500 south, just west of 31. Is there a particular place I should go?
Take cover, KS9 and you. You guys need to take cover. Division Road and 31. We got one.
North or south?
The one by Blair Point School, Division Road, just came up right now. Warning's been issued for central Miami County. You guys need to take cover.
Okay, thank you. N9MOS.
Bill, are you clear on that? Copy. Listening, central and southern Miami County, take cover now, KS9NU. We do have a tornado warning.
9NU, WD9GIU.
KS9NU, KC9YWK.
YWK, he was jumping back and forth between here and the EMA repeater, so I don't know which one he's on. KD9GBB.
WD9GIU.
Clear, thanks, John. We do have strong rotation. I would call it a funnel cloud, Cass Street. We're looking at it from the fire station north here on Canal.
KC9GWC, WD9GIU.
KOL, I spotted a funnel cloud.
Go with your call sign again.
9K, I spotted a funnel cloud. I'm on the road that goes out by the Ray Wright's place, and I spotted a funnel cloud toward the north. No, it wasn't. It's toward the east, and it looked like it touched ground and it lifted back.
Okay, that's probably the same one City and County is clear on. They just used the same geographic area.
Just so I better pass it on. KC9KLL.
KD9GBB.
Go ahead, Bill.
Did John and Danny get knocked off the air?
I haven't heard him for a couple minutes. I know that Danny was going to take some shelter. I'm not sure about John. I assume he's going to take some shelter as well. That may have taken them out of their shack or away from a radio, which is okay as long as they're safe.
Yeah, well, I guess you're in net control now.
WD9GIU, KD9DQ.
WD9GIU.
Reporting on a news station that around Mexico area that they're indicating more tornadic activity.
That is correct.
For that, I'll keep posted.
County and city law enforcement's also reporting one on the ground, Mexico Road, US 24, KD9GBB for ID.
H mobile.
KC9GWC and 9MOS.
In 9MOS, I don't know if he stepped out of his shack and took shelter or what he did. I haven't heard him for a while. This is KD9GBB.
Well, he may have lost power, I don't know.
That's a good possibility also.
And we got a warning, which I figured we'd have eventually, in southern Miami County. So it's heading for the Converse area now.
My brother just stepped in the shack here. He looked around the room and counted all the radios and shook his head and walked back out. So it must not be for him.
It's not for everybody.
ARES Net Monday at 8 o'clock.
Never enough radios. Alpha 9 Golf.
How's everything down there in the Bunker Hill area doing tonight?
Well, sir, until a few minutes ago, it was just a light rain, and now it's coming down pretty heavy. Other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you are in the rain part of it right now, that's for sure.
Yep, it's just raining. There's really not even much thunder. The only thunder I've heard was coming from that cell you were just talking about. Oh, there's another warning.
What's that warning for? Converse?
That one's probably for the Tipton County and Howard County one that they just issued after ours.
Yeah, 'cause it didn't trigger my alert, so I didn't think it would be for our area. Boy, it just keeps lighting up with tornado warnings all over the place.
I'd hate to be the guy putting all this on the National Weather Service's map, all these boxes.
Greg.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's for southwestern Howard.
Yeah, I can see that. It's going that direction. Oh, yeah, it goes all the way up as far north as the state line almost. Warsaw area, especially. They got tornado warnings up for Kosciuszko and South Whitley and up in that area. So Yeah, it's a long line, but hopefully once this gets through, it'll not be too bad from then on.
And MOS, WD9GIU.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Did we lose John?
I think he either has a power outage or something, because I haven't heard him since the warning came out.
Okay, WD9GIU.
Somebody just doubled with you. N9MOS, go ahead.
Hill's down with power's down here now.
Oh, that's not a good thing. Is the whole town out or just parts of it?
That's really hard to determine because half the town is on Duke and the other half is on Peru Utilities. Generally, the way this works is Peru Utilities is great about staying up, and Duke just absolutely sucks eggs.
I was going to say, I bet it had to do with Duke Energy because from the south there, they're getting really pounded right now.
Yeah, I remember back in 2013 when that one tornado went through around Cassville Road where that store is, up through that graveyard and all that other crap. That tornado took out power here.
Yep, that would do it. And you weren't alone.
We were not at home, or not alone.
BC9, GWC, are you back yet in 9MOS?
BC9, GWC, I am back. I had to take care of a few of the neighbors that just came through that whole situation with us.
Yeah, my son-in-law just called, and he saw the funnel cloud. He said, I wasn't sure whether it was touching down or not, but he said, I got off at 24 because it was coming right up the road at me. He was coming home from Wabash. So he said, but I think that it didn't touch down where he had been anyway, but anyway, he headed on home.
Yeah, and I think that it's possible that we did have a touchdown just on 24, just east of Broadway or Mexico Road. And I'm just, because I'm basing it on radar, I don't have any factual information about that, but just from what it looks like to me, that it was definitely in its finest form by the time it got to that point. Well, I heard some reports of minor damage around the healthcare center, whatever that's called down there, so evidently something was there. Yeah, that's exactly the area I'm talking about, so evidently I have my radar tutelage in order, don't I? Sure sounds like it. Well, it doesn't look like there's right now at least anything behind this once it gets through. Yeah, not for us. Howard County's getting slammed again. Howard County as far as Burlington, Rushville, Kokomo, Indian Heights, and Greentown, they're all going to get some more activity. And there is some rotation with that, but I think it's broad at this point, and hopefully this is the end of it. We've had enough. Well, that first one that hit Kokomo, it just left a trail of tornado dots. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of activity today. I think 8 so far for Indiana, but I'm a little bit out of my informational stage at this point. Yeah, I bet you are. Well, anyway, it's I think if we made it through. I just found out my grandkids were home alone out there at Hidden Hills when this hit. And I didn't know that. Or I'd have got them in here long before that happened. Yeah, and those things happen. We need to do a better job of managing our children and grandchildren during these kind of events. That's basically what I was busy doing all afternoon, trying to make sure all those folks are where they're supposed to be, along with a few others. So, but tremendously glad that there wasn't any injuries or death or anything. At least not so far. Of course, I don't know how the people down around India have fared out, but
I haven't seen any reports or anything. I've been too busy with what's going on up here.
Yeah, and I had stepped away here as soon as the siren went off in hopes to be able to get some video of the rotation. Might have got just the tail end of it, but at any rate, that's what I was doing. I was outside doing that and also taking care of a couple of neighbors that had some concerns with it.
Well, that's good. Good that you could do that. That's part of the job, too.
Yes, it is, but it didn't afford me any time to get in the basement then.
According to the traffic, sending a county guy down south again because they just reissued a new warning. I haven't seen that yet, but it must be something that they've heard of that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it's come up on the National Weather Service here. Tornado radar indicated for Grant, Miami County at 7:15 p.m. Until 7:15 p.m. At 6:40, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 8 miles northwest of Swayze.
Yeah, I'm just hearing it now.
89 GBC, M9 NOS.
Yeah, go ahead. It's N9 MOS.
Elaborate when you said that they were calling the county out.
Oh, no, it was a county deputy. They were sending down to the southern part of the county. And I see why now. They just changed it on the map. So evidently something was spotted down there.
Copy that. Thanks, KD9.
KD9 GBC and 9 MOS.
RS KD9DQ.
Go ahead.
I'll send a picture to you here in a few moments of a tornado in Mexico Road area.
Okay. Boy, you get around.
Please, somebody send it to me.
Okay, I'll be waiting on it in 9 MOS.
I'll have to Bucks Bay kind of monitor what was going on out there and see if there was any activity as far as tornadic activity or anything like that.
Say that again.
They're stationed out there by Bucks Bay, out there on 124, kind of watching the weather, seeing if there was any kind of rotation or cloud rotation or anything, and just kind of keeping apprised of everything that's going on.
You might contact the EOC to see if they've got anybody out there. I don't know of anyone, but you're on your own. It's just be careful.
Things due east of us now. We're just kind of watching it from a safe distance.
That's the way to do it.
NDQ, standing by.
N9 MOS, standing by.
K9 repeater. The time is 6:59 p.m. Good evening. The time is 7 p.m.
KC9GWC, WD9GIU.
K9ZEV, go ahead.
Wow, Kokomo just can't get a break. They have two reported tornadoes on the ground.
Yeah, I'm watching it on the Weather Channel live.
D9GIU.
KC9GWC.
D9GIU, KF9NU.
WD9GIU. F9NU, WD9GIU.
Well, now that it's calmed down a little bit, we're going to go out and we're going to go run the south part of the county and see if we see anything damage-wise.
I'm in the south part of the county. I haven't found anything.
We got 1.54 inches of rain out of that, and where are you on 18?
No, I'm just out here, just west of Converse.
Okay, now we're headed that way.
For what it's worth, they have two tornadoes on the ground in Kokomo.
Yeah, we had two warnings at once, first time.
Well, I'm too far out to use my other portable, so I'll be using this radio.
Hey, I'll just talk to you in a little bit. I just checking in now that it's settled down a little bit. I was busy for a while. KF9NU.
ARES net Monday at
WG, WD9GIU. Not anything really here in Miami County. I guess the tornado did go through the past north side of Peru, but I don't know that there was much damage other than maybe some trees down over in the Oakdale area. But Kokomo's got hit pretty hard. Well, I was actually in Kokomo when the first storm went through, and I was on 31, or 931 as it is now, and watched it go right across 931 east. That one has been rated as an F3 with 165-mile-an-hour winds. Have been storm spotted. Well, they, I believe, have had 8 confirmed tornadoes in Howard County this afternoon, evening. Okay, Rex, enjoy your trip. WD9GIU is clear.
KD9GBC, this is KC9VXK. WD9GIU said he'll be right here.
24 Mexico Road. I didn't know that.
Hey, well, he was out taking stuff out of his car, but he's coming in now, so I'll let you talk to him. Just a moment. KC9VXK.
Yeah, Bill, I talking there, and we kind of viewed the area, went down Division Road and canal some of the areas, and 24 and Mexico Road, that American Health Network there. They had 3 sections of roof tore off, so they were up putting tarps on, that sort of thing. So just thought I'd let you know.
Okay, did you see any other damage? I heard initially they said something about Oakdale.
Some video online said it went right above. Nothing severe that everything was pretty much easily picked up. They were already putting tarps on the roof, so out here wasn't too bad. And Division Road, nothing at all. So got pretty lucky, as well as Blair Pike.
Crazy day though in Kokomo and Howard County.
I had some family over there, and there was quite. Of course, you were driving. You seen what they were seeing, so pretty nasty stuff. Everybody got really lucky there.
I just wish I could have gotten a decent picture of it, but when I had an appointment there in Kokomo, and I came out of that at 3, and about 5 minutes before that, I got an alert on my phone. There was tornado warning for Howard County, so as soon as I got in the truck, I turned my 2-meter radio on, checked into the Howard County net, and Ron asked me to go north because he said they had a signature that in the northwest part of the county that they thought might track east. So I started to go north, and then the other guys started calling out the stuff on the southwest side of Kokomo, so I asked him if he wanted me to go south again. He said, yeah, just come down south, so I was going down 31, and man, massive cloud going all the way to the ground, just went right across 31, and that's the one I think that they've rated as an F3.
I can't believe it. I seen a video, a car pulled over and was taping it, was raining, so it was definitely because it varied every bit more of the houses than commercial.
Yeah, I think they're going to end up having more damage from this storm than the one a couple years ago. But almost the same identical track. That's what's amazing.
Yeah, it is, and that's exactly what we were saying, is people can't catch a break, it doesn't seem like. And even some of the ones that we've had over the years, I know they're few and far follow the same path. They said, well, down by Canal and out there by War, those seem like those are the hot spots.
Yeah, well, in Howard County, you'd swear that Rushville was a tornado magnet.
I was like, oh, I hope his tower doesn't get hit again.
Well, he was close enough to Rushville that he watched the storm go by, and he had an eye on his tower. He was relieved that it didn't go down.
I'm sure can't even believe the undertaking, the stress that would provide. So, he puts a lot of time and money in that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if an insurance company would have covered him a second time.
Who knows, but if they would, you can imagine his rates would go up, even though it couldn't have been his fault.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, we lucked out, dodged a bullet on this one, and I'm glad.
Storm tracking, there's a little bit going on in Tipton. I don't know if it's completely over, but it looks like we might be at least out of the woodwork.
I haven't been home very long. I haven't even turned the computer on to check what's happening out there.
got Delaware, Madison, and Tipton under warning, and still some movement there, but looks like we're in the clear, so going to kind of head out tonight on your LGemini.
Okay, Clint. Good to hear you on, and good to know you're watching this stuff, too. WD9GIU clear. KD9CLR, WD9GIU.
WD9GIU, KD9CLR. What's going on out there, Bill?
Not much going on here. Sounds like all the action was in Kokomo. I saw that first tornado go across 31 there, Markland.
Yeah, I know the power's out of my house. I'm just coming back. I was up in Chicago when all that happened. I'm down here in, where am I? I guess Cicero. I guess I'm close to Cicero here coming north. I don't know what's going on. I'm glad you answered the radio out there. I mean, that's very good. I was wondering if, are you hearing any more about anything?
No, it's just that, they had quite a bit of damage there in Kokomo. I think the state of emergency has been lifted, but pretty crazy there for a few hours.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that Starbucks down there got flattened. I was wondering if there was anybody in there, if they get them out. Was anyone, any injuries,
No, the manager of Starbucks heard there was a tornado coming, and he had all the people get in the restrooms, and the building, there are videos on Facebook of the building collapsing, and the area back in the restrooms, they were safe back there.
Oh, well, very good. I'm glad they were on their toes and prepared for it before it hit.
Yep, I guess there are probably about a dozen, maybe 15 entries in Kokomo, but they're all minor.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. Well, I wonder how much stuff and how long that power is going to be out for. It must have taken a lot out. That happened up there, and we got power out on all the way on the south end there. And I have to talk to Sonny when I get home here, and maybe we may be going out to campground tonight, because I already told him, I said I may not be coming in the morning.
Yeah, you might want to go to the campground. I know power's out in quite a bit of Kokomo. I heard 3 or 4 of the hams from Kokomo stating they were getting their generators out just to try to keep their refrigerators going and have a few fans on. So, yeah, power's probably going to be out for a while. The thing that's so amazing is it was almost the same identical track that the storm went 3 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, there was only one. Was there another one up there at, what's that, Galveston? They said there was another one that was going across that way?
There were actually, I think, 8 different tornadoes sighted in Howard County. It's just the first one's the one that went through town and did the damage, but, 2 of them tracked right out there close to Indian Heights. There were people in that area that watched the rotation, watched them go over.
Oh, oh boy.
Are you on Facebook?
No, I don't get on there a whole lot. But I'm gonna have to get back on there and look, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of people posted some pictures on Facebook, and even this afternoon while it was happening, National Weather Service, the Weather Channel had stuff on from Kokomo.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I got a phone call from Barksdale, or from down there from Shreveport, or Bossier City. A friend called me from down there, and then I had a friend call from Alpes, Oklahoma, wondering if everybody's all right, so I figured, yeah, it must have hit the national news.
Yep, it sure did.
Did they activate any of the nets for it before it happened, or did it just happen too quick?
Well, I was in a building there in downtown Kokomo, and I got an alert on my phone that there was a tornado warning, And so I went right out and got in the truck, and Ron Julius was already doing a Skywarn net, and when I checked in the net, he asked me to go north because he said there was a signature in the northwest part of the county that they thought might track east. And then, so I got out there on 31 by the transmission plant, and that's when the first tornado started hitting the southwest part of town and coming across. And so I went south on 31, and I saw it cross 31 there at the Markland Mall. And then it went right across in that same neighborhood. It crossed east of Markland Mall, the same one that got hit 3 years ago and did damage in there again. And then it actually crossed right at, just on the west side of the new bypass in Markland. There was damage there.
Wow, that's incredible. That must be a big one, pretty good size.
I think that they have classified that first tornado as an F3, which is 135 to 165 miles an hour.
Wow. I hope everything, I guess I'm glad there was just minor injuries. No one got hurt. I just hope, it wasn't too bad. Everybody's going to be able to recover pretty quick from this one.
Well, they interviewed one guy, and he said he had just gotten his home rebuilt that was destroyed 2 years ago.
Oh, man, that's horrible.
That's how close that track was. How close that track was to the track from 3 years ago. It was just almost identical. That's it. Rooseville's a tornado magnet.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to somebody there in Rooseville when I was first trying to leave Indy. I switched over to the Rooseville repeater, and I was still getting a lot of noise. I don't know, I get a lot of noise right down there, right there off 86th Street, Georgetown Road. Just, it's bad. It's like I can't get away from it till I get up on the 465, so. But then, I lost them, and that's when I switched over to Kokomo repeater, see if anybody was on down there, and nothing there, and then I switched over to this one as soon as, down here, I first hit the repeater there just about in Carmel. And then when you called me, when I called again, when you came back there, I was I guess I was just north of Westfield or right about there anyway. Good.
Well, I didn't think about monitoring the linked repeaters. The scanner I have out in the family room just has the Pru repeater in it. And today Michelle had the Kokomo repeater on in that one. But, yeah, I just happened to hear you calling and came in to check.
Wow. Hey, real quick, I tried to get a hold of Ricky. Did you ever get anything in the mail from him?
Yep, I went to the post office yesterday, and his registration was in the box, so he's good to go.
That's a good deal. Yeah, he said that I saw him, I never saw him. I talked to him, and he said he mailed it to you, and I just want to make sure you got it. Good deal. That's great. Getting some more lightning down here now, man. Where am I at? I'm coming up on that pie shop, I think. I think I'm pretty close to that, so I'm getting close to Tipton, and we got lightning down here.
Well, I haven't even looked at the weather radar since I got home.
You could see a lot of cells still building when I was coming down 65. I was just watching, and there's a whole line of stuff that was a line that was just going west to east across. And it's dark down there around Indy right now, but I could see the tops of some of the clouds, the storms that were building. I don't know, they were probably up about maybe 30,000 feet if I was eyeballing it right. And there was a couple of them that were starting to get anvils on top of them, so there's more out there.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be.
Okay, I'm the 28 here at the transmission plant.
You might get, oh no, I was going to say you might get home in time to watch the news, but you don't have any power.
Well, I'm going to have to dig some generators out. At least one. And get some stuff powered up. Either that or we're going out to the campground. Because, I mean, I'm hoping we got power out there. If I'm going to run out there and check it when I'll have to see what Sonia wants to do when I get home. I mean, that's all I can do right now, I guess.
Well, I'll be listening tomorrow in case you're around.
All right, Bill. I'll get out of here, and you have a good evening. And yeah, I'm always I'll see how it goes. Because if the power comes back on, everything's all right, then I'll be heading back down to Indy about 11 or so. No, probably about 10:30. 10:30 or about 10:30. So I'll have the radios on. All right, so 73s. Have a good evening. W9GIU, K9, CLR Mobile.
Okay, well, I hope you have a good evening. Hope you can get some sleep. WD9GIU.
Good evening. The time is 11 p.m.